Hey to the people, what's going on? It's me, Chase. This is No Chaser TV. And as you can see, I'm serving Brit eating realness while we get into tonight's episode of The Real Housewives of Atlanta that aired last night. Tonight is our review. Make sure that you guys like, comment, subscribe, turn on the notification bell. Child, we got a humdinger of a show for you because I got a humdinger of a panel. Hey, that's Tori B. I feel like I done seen you way
Hey.
more than I need to.
Oh, but you love me. Thank
Okay,
you.
let me just go ahead and fix this then. Let me just fix that. There we go. Because we haven't seen this bitch in so long. Hey, Sammie.
Hello, hello, hello.
Sammie said he was not coming back, but I finally got the contract signed because the people was begging for Sammie to come back, child. So he back.
Baby, they ran me off for a little minute.
Do tell.
The tea.
Oh, a little chopped cheese. Sent the email to the network about my point of views.
Oh God. The network definitely got an email.
I said I'm not coming back around there. I'm not coming back.
Oh my God.
I am hollering. I'm just glad you didn't find no lawsuit. Speaking of which, before we get started, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, turn the notification bells on. Do your big one, do your big twos. Like you always do. Hey, everybody down to the X, everybody down to the Instagram, everybody down onto the Facebook, and everybody, of course, on down to the U and the Tube. Okay. Let's go ahead and get it started. So before we do, Sammie, it's been so long. I thought we'd go ahead and ask you what you've thought so far of the season since you've been gone. Go ahead and tell us what you think so far.
I can't remember the last episode I reviewed, but
It's been that
so
long.
far, it's just like a flat line so far for me. Like Shamia, I was loving her when she first started, and somewhere along the line, she kind of started trickling down, and with the whole friendship thing with Portia and the lapdog stuff, and how she's trying to use like a beef with Drew to have some type of strife with Drew to bond with Portia. Very lapdogish the way Drew, defined it. And then we got Phaedra's back. Nothing exciting. It's just more like prepaid reads and scripted shade and animated faces. She hasn't given anything of substance yet. Well, tonight a little bit, but not enough to where she couldn't have been brought in like as a friend of for these last 3 or 4 episodes. But I mean, hey, maybe these last few something to pop, but it ain't shaking for me right now.
I understand that. She definitely could have been brought in for as a friend of the show, but we all know why she wasn't. And it's because we're just going to go ahead and just say it. And you know how we love everybody here, but the network feels that Phaedra equals white people. Can I say that? Is that fair?
You know why though?
A broader audience.
Yeah.
So let's just call it what it is.
That was a fail when they tossed Kenya and kept, the lady. That broader audience, I don't think they want to see that.
All right. So the seating chart came out. You guys know that we did go ahead and cover everything as it unfolded, but this is the Real Housewives of Atlanta official review that we do here on No Chaser TV on Monday. So we're just going to go ahead and bring up the seating chart. Did you, Sammie, think that the seating chart was accurate? Are you okay with somebody being missing? What are you thinking about that?
The seating chart, I expected Shamia and Portia to be first. I expected that. I did not expect for Drew to be at the end. I thought they would kind of move up. Kelly would be next to Shamia, Drew next to Kelly, and then Angela at the end. Brit not coming it was surprising, but it's not. I don't feel like the only thing I'm disappointed about is because I knew they was going to hand to that girl, and I was really looking forward to her getting her ass whooped. But I guess win some, you lose some, and I have lost this one because I was looking forward to it, child.
I wanted to see her get her ass tore out the front. I really did. It was going to happen. It was going to happen.
She didn't do it. she all that gun toting and whips and threatening people. Like, you a fake gangster. You ain't about nothing.
Well, is she a fake gangster or is she all about her paper?
She definitely about both. Guns and butter.
Two things can be true, especially in this case. At first, I thought they went to New York for the reunion. I guess they did it in Atlanta because I was joking. I was like, she couldn't clear the metal through TSA, but they said she was down in Atlanta. Then they came to find out that she had all the other stuff going on, the lawsuit and she's just
I
a
don't know
bunch
where they
of.
filmed it at. You sure they didn't film it in New York?
I thought so, but I read somebody said they did it in Atlanta.
Okay, well, I'm gonna find out. Speaking of which, because after that, as we all know and we covered here as well, she did go ahead and file that suit. Sammie, what do you think of the suits?
So it's like I want to call BS, but I also want to say haha to the people that didn't do their parts. Because I mean, had a proper investigation been done when all that happened, all this could have been prevented. We would have found out if she had the gun. We would have known the picture wasn't her. But then it goes to say, like, what made them decide to show her the actual photograph the day before the reunion? So how long have y'all known this? So I mean, in a sense, she kind of does. Like she had a whole, whether it was performative or not, she had a whole breakdown on the camera about her insurance license. I don't see how they didn't do an investigation and find out it wasn't her either. But I digress. Either way, for the camera, she had a whole meltdown, and then come to find out it wasn't even her. So that girl went into like a whole panic for nothing. That's kind of messed up on productions end. So I'm not mad at her for filing the suit. So they should have did their due diligence. And I guess you win some, you lose some.
You win some, you lose some, but you live. You live.
And I mean, hopefully she gets something so she can pay the country club.
Oh, you know what? At this point, I just want them to pay her something so she can go away.
Yeah, because
sometimes, you know what I mean? Like very Johnny J. What were you saying, Tori B?
No, she shouldn't have never been added to the cast. Like, it just so happened that somebody looked on her LinkedIn. I was like, I wouldn't even let somebody who sent me a connection on LinkedIn with her LinkedIn page and really accept it. It looks like you just created it. You have less than 100 people, but you're in business and you do all these things. What about the people you sold the insurance to? They can't follow you on LinkedIn?
I feel like that's why she was cast.
To kind of blow her up?
Well, not to blow up her spot, but that's the game, being salacious and being scandalous and all of those things. And it brings the storyline questions. What does she do for a living, really? Like, all of these things that you're mentioning now, those are things that should have been and would have been, had we probably had more time with her, question on screen. The little bit of time that we've had with her, they've questioned that. You know what I mean? So I think that producers think that makes for good television. Now, is that something that you guys want to see, us poking and prodding to see who really has it and who really doesn't? Like, that's always been, in my opinion, undercurrent, like a recurring, not undercurrent, but an undercurrent and recurring storyline throughout, the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Who's faking it and who's making it? You know what I mean?
I can see that, but I just like I truly want to know, what did she do, or what did she, show in her interview stages where they be like, oh yeah, this is the one.
Yeah, because I don't see it, child.
Well, Kenya alleged that she probably promised to come for her, and that's why they cast her.
I mean, but did they think that would honestly just be enough? Either way, they was, based on what you're saying, either one of those scenarios, they were bringing her on there to get her ass towed up. Because if you can't prove like what you got going on, the girl's gonna get you, the fans gonna get you. You gonna go at Kenya gonna get you. So either way, I guess she was in a lose-lose if you look at it from that standpoint.
You're going up against the boogeyman, diva, and the boogeyman's gonna get you.
Yeah.
All right, you guys, let's go ahead and start off with the episode. Thank y'all for tuning in. We appreciate you. Brit says that Mike made her leave her diamonds at home.
Oh,
God. Do we believe?
No.
Brit has not. What, can I get the question out?
Go ahead.
Jeez Louise.
I'm joking.
Sammy, do we believe that she has diamonds at home?
At this point, I don't even know who the home belonged to.
You want to know what? I said that. I was like, something about this girl's house that doesn't make sense to me.
I think he's joking, but I think you're serious.
I am serious.
Well, why are you questioning the home?
But I don't know. The way they filmed her home just seems very interesting to me. Something is not right. Like, you might have rented this for the look of it because it's been done. You know, like it just didn't give enough furniture to me. It doesn't, yeah, like that's how I feel. And then added to the fact that later in the episode, they like, you never invited us over.
And you know, I was joking, but when you think about it, I know when they like stage homes, when they stage homes, they kind of like they furnish it and everything. I went to look it up, and the actual staging of the home, it's the same furniture that's in the house now. So I wonder if this.
I told you.
So,
I told you. And it looked weird to me. I peeped it, but I didn't say nothing. And then it was funny that the girls brought it up. Well, Brit, you never invited us over. And I'm like, we seen everybody at everybody else's house. Even if somebody came to Kelly's house or Angela showed her house. And
that's another thing. She did invite Kelly over, but remember, Kelly was the one that said at the country club. It doesn't even seem like your neighbors know you. If we find out this girl been up in the Airbnb filming, see,
I ain't seen no art on them walls like that or pictures.
No pictures.
Like, I'm paying attention to the details.
Well, I highly doubt her mom would sell her house to move in with her.
Baby,
this is just for the show. Her mom
they probably was spring clean about to get some new furniture from the areas or something.
Did you hear her mama confirm that?
Oh Lord Jesus.
All right, thank you. That's all I got to say.
Oh my God. Well, I highly doubt that. Man, I don't know. Well, maybe she was referring to whatever that piece of jewelry that Dennis bought her that Mike told her to leave at home because, baby.
What does he do for a living?
We don't know. We don't know nothing. This was my point. She should have never been casted. So I don't feel bad if she gets some money because y'all is just that stupid. Y'all ain't learned nothing from LaToya either. Come on, let's get it together, people.
I like LaToya.
I ain't care for her.
I mean, at least we knew we could click on YouTube and see LaToya. We still don't know.
We know LaToya got where she get her coin from.
Why would you click down to get this?
That's like a nigga's best. Never hush.
You give me Stevie J vibes.
Oh, but then Brit will be right at home.
That's the creepy look. That's like a ooh.
Chase, get this man off the screen.
Oh no, Katie said Mike gives money launderer.
Y'all hey.
Allegedly.
Hey. Y'all not gonna get up there with that. No, hell no. Let me tell you what. The lady filing suits, and if she come over here, I'm gonna say, and it goes to Katie. It don't go to me, baby, because I never thought that. I never said that. When you open up when you get served, open it up, it's gonna say,
"You're here with Brit Edie."
I hate that damn.
You're here with. Ooh. Brittany Edie got the girls talking, baby. She fucked Bravo up, bitch. I'm sorry, baby. That if you gonna quit, that's how you quit. Brit Edie quit like and walked away from Bravo like damn Bernadine did. Threw that cigarette on that burning ass car and kept it moving.
Well, she gonna need it. You know, it costs a lot of money to maintain all that work she's done. Because that video you showed is definitely her original face.
That's why she talk about that one her that I saw the photo and it wasn't me. I bet you do think it wasn't you. That's what you used to look like.
I know it don't even curve like that no more. Girl, ain't me.
Yo.
Let's just move forward, okay?
My voice sounded different too, because now she nasally.
Oh boy. Speaking of nasally, Angela says her and Charles, because Angela do be sounding nasally too. Oh well. Angela says her and Charles are falling in love with each other each and every day as Charles does not answer the phone. Brit feels like shots are being taking shots of our college girls, and some of us are wives. So in the first 5 minutes, we've already heard that Brit has diamonds, that she lived at home, and that, you know, she is a wife and she doesn't do shots, and that's beneath her.
But you put your titties on the counter?
and you be stripping down at the what they went to Nashville. She was butt naked at the pool damn near.
That was her
boy.
botch booty. Yeah, I'm good. She need to fix that. That's what she need that money for.
Her booty was botched.
Yes.
You know what? I wouldn't necessarily say, but well, it's just like a lot of them are getting where they just
Allegedly it's botched.
allegedly when they well, this ain't alleged to me. They forgot to shape it towards her legs. That's what it kind of looks off at.
Her legs don't match.
Yeah, but it looks. But it's her legs. It's just the.
All this is happening. Meanwhile, Phaedra says that Brit Edie loves to be bare and naked, and one of her nipples was inverted, and she doesn't wear panties or bra.
Why is she
She's
looking
a classy
so close?
woman who leaves diamonds at home, and doesn't take shots. Now, from there, Shamia's luggage is lost. Has that ever happened to anybody?
It has never happened to me.
No.
But I feel like that's probably the biggest blessing that Shamia has had all season is in losing her luggage. Ain't no telling what that girl's gonna put out there because she was turning it in Grenada. That was probably her biggest blessing, in my opinion.
She looked amazing in that yellow dress.
And that was Portia's
Thank you, Portia.
She did not look amazing in that tracksuit.
I think it's labeled, so she feel like
it was hideous. Oh my God. I almost spit my drink out. I had to stop. Okay. Oh boy. Okay, we already talked about Brit inverted nipple. Phaedra Parks. Wow.
That's because she put too much silicone in there, so
Brit had the crystal. Oh, you know what always made me so glad that I never wanted to get breast implants? Like watching the Unpretty video by TLC. Remember when the implant popped out? Oh.
So that's what stopped you from getting breast implants?
Absolutely, at like 11 or 12. I was like, no, ma'am. Not for me. I'm gonna love myself. Even though, at 12 years old, I was like 80 pounds, if that, maybe like 60. Oh God, I miss being skinny.
And you were also a boy.
On the outside, tell it to my heart.
You're right.
Brit had the crystal at dinner the previous night, and Shamia said that have to change the situation, the subject of the conversation to everything but what they was talking about. And Shamia wanted to know more about whatever Black had going on with Drew. Brit says, I don't know what's going on, but I feel like Shamia's been acting funny with me ever since I just, refused to take any more shots. And I just, kind of am not digging the vibe. Shamia feels Brit has been snippy with her as well and she is going to address her, about the donations because the bitch only brought three. This Shamia works. The bitch bought 3 rolls of toilet tissue. And no, not toilet tissue, 3 rolls of paper towels and $250 Cash App donation. And that's what really made Phaedra up to $250. 3 rolls of paper towels.
Phaedra couldn't believe it.
I thought I left Married to Medicine alone.
I ain't gonna lie, when she said that, I chuckled very hard.
I laughed at the
jumped
whole
out her skin about that. $250.
Yeah, but see, this is the problem I have with Phaedra. On the after show, she because it's her Portia.
Yeah, they sitting next to her.
Yep. And then she's like, oh, if it's a donation, you can give whatever you want. I said, oh my God, this bitch is being a flip-flop. I can't.
Well,
stand on it. I don't care if y'all friends.
Shamia says that Kelly agrees with her. Phaedra says that nobody should be bringing any donations less than $1,000, especially if they're a woman of a certain stature, which you used to have to be in that circle. Catch. Now, while you're here and you just mentioned what was said last night, what do you feel about the donations? Would you have been would you have accepted 3 rolls of paper towels, an empty box, and $250? or would you have been upset about it, Sammie?
Listen, I get that it is like you're doing charity and it's you give what you can or whatever. I think my issue came with her is not her just bringing $20 worth of tissue paper, but she also told Shamia, I have somebody else bringing a whole bunch of stuff, which clearly did not happen. And that I feel like that's why Shamia has an issue because you kind of came in like you just had it going on and you were going to really help us do this. And then listen, I say you get what you can when it comes to charity, yes, but we're going to Grenada and damn well 3 rolls of toilet paper, that's not what we're doing for this particular charity, this particular donation. So I think she would have been better to give off $1,000 just like Portia did. I feel like, again, with them type of ladies, $1,000, I mean, I don't think it should be much. She got all these businesses. If you can pay for all your insurance agents to go get whatever they want for plastic surgery, and then you can get a new car every 6 months or whatever the story was you said when y'all was looking at that car that we clearly know now that you cannot afford, giving $1,000 for those people over there wouldn't have been like a burden on her. But she came over there playing a role that she clearly did not rehearse for because Brittany, she did not belong on this show. They get ghetto, but they also got a little bit of class sometimes, or at least they got a little bit of money.
Okay. Tori.
For me, I just think. Sorry, I was sharing the link. Sorry. It was just tacky of her. Don't sit here and lie. You should have just gave money from the jump and let it be. That's how I look at it. So she's wrong for that. And yes, she got caught in a lie because nobody bringing no more. So she know what she was doing. That's how I see it.
And although hashtag I almost stood with Brit Edie, that's the hashtag. Hashtag I almost stood with Brit Edie. Now I stand with Brit Edie. I almost stood. Um, yeah, here's my thing. I do believe that a donation is a donation from the heart. You don't know where people are coming from, whether or not they have the means and all of that. But when you pump faking like you got it, then it's time for you to flaunt it. So I am never the person who would, on an ordinary basis, comfort anyone and what they choose to donate because that's what they choose to donate, whether I'm satisfied with it or not, because it's not about me. It's about the people at the end of the day. And though I want you to give more, what you're able to give is what you're able to give. But for someone within the first 5 minutes of the show who was like, I left my diamonds at home because Mike told me to, and I'm a wife and I don't take shots, and just being this classy lady. If you're such a classy lady, then you would have kept them 3 rolls of paper towels at the damn house and put the extra $15 with it and at least sent $2.75. God damn. You know how embarrassing that is that you're a real housewife of Atlanta, the upper echelon of reality in Atlanta, the upper crest of society in Atlanta, darling, and you barely pooted out $2.50. That's embarrassing. And she must have looked at the conversion rate, so that must be $1,000 in Grenadian, because that don't make no sense. And I think that Shamia has the right to be appalled at what she did. I would have been taken aback for someone who does pull up with a Birkin and pull up in whatever the Rolls Royce and pull up to the club VIP, but it's given the tank is on E. However, all drinks is on me. Write me down. Catch that dirt. I ain't really taking care of my priorities, but we're gonna damn have some fun. That's the kind of girl she is. So, she really wasn't thinking about the damn charity. Here you go. Like, I think that she does not recognize that once you're in this world, whether it's on camera or off, everything that you do during that filming period and sometimes after the filming period is fair game and fair use for the show. And Shamia definitely exercised her fair use clause because she definitely brought up and aired Brit Edie out and let the chopper sing. Now, Portia feels Drew should apologize for calling Shamia a lapdog. Does anyone else feel that way?
No.
Hell no.
They was reading. I don't know what to say. Shamia should have read back. Next. Phaedra hasn't hung out with Charles in over 10 years, but she never heard of Angela, even though Angela and Charles have only been married for 8 years. What is this obsession with Phaedra and Portia? Because to me, I'm gonna be honest with you, it feels like when Portia was begging Phaedra to come back to the show, she was like, "Come back and help me wear this bitch out because I can't do it."
That's what it gave to me. Because
Because it's like,
since she stepped on the scene, it's been Lil Diggs and Angela. From the little sit down where you could tell they had the conversation over the phone. They've had conversations about Angela before to when she first met her at the airport. It's just you digging at her, you saying, "Well, I don't know. I haven't been around her for 10 years." Well, you would know if you only been with the woman for 10 years. And Angela has already said herself that they kind of wanted to be as private as they could. So I don't know, but Phaedra, I'm not surprised at her not knowing. She didn't know what Apollo was doing. Hell, he didn't know he had an older child. She just a ball of confusion. Very smart lady. She got it going on for herself financially and all those other things. But when it comes to, she's another one that it's not on a Brit Edie level, but she comes to this particular show just full of shit. And I guess she gets away with it because she can make a good old face and crack a joke or two every now and then. But we're going to need some more from you, Phaedra, at this point. You've been in the reality game for 10 years or longer, as she says. So, yeah, give us something else.
Honestly, Phaedra is coming off very mean girlish. People have not done anything to her, yet it's like, even she was talking about Kelly. Kelly's breast is too big for her, and she's Tinkerbell and a garden gnome and all the things. Like, I'm like, girl, like, why are you doing too much? Every time I turn around, you're talking shit about somebody. They don't have to offend her. She just came in guns a-blazing, and I don't understand why.
She knew time was limited. She knew they had a couple of weeks of filming. She had to get in where she fit in, and she knows that people live for when she can shut off something really nice, nasty, or whatever. But for her to have waited till she got in her damn near mid-50s to try to transform and be someone likable to herself after trying to live for her mother, it's very bold of her to try to come at anybody's looks. Like, you just figured out what you want to look like. So I don't know. It's just like, yeah. I mean, mind you, she looks good, but she don't look that damn good to come on here talking about these women while they just now, trying to get themselves together in this public eye.
Yeah.
and it took Fashion Nova to give it a blueprint to do it. Because I never would have thought in my lifetime that high class attorney Phaedra Parks would be a baddie. Like
When she
that's
started messing with Frick, remember she came out to that, what was that in Miami when she came out and they had them little dresses on? Yeah. So, I mean, maybe she's easily influenced and we just not learning it.
well, what Shamia say. She brings a youthful side to Auntie. That's
No,
what
she
Shamia
don't.
said.
She
That's what
came
Shamia
onto the
said.
show. She came into the show looking like she was 50 years old. Now she
But,
look like 38 now.
but that mean I guess she brings a youthful side to Auntie.
I know, but don't be coming at Angela for how old she look, and we remember how you entered the show.
But see, I think the reason why is because Phaedra, we know Phaedra's age. If we do the math, we know Phaedra's age, but do we know Angela's age?
According to Angela, she is 43 years old, to be exact.
No, she's 44 now.
No, she said she just turned 43.
You lying, bitch. I'm sorry. I don't
Hey,
believe it.
I love the lady. She's been enjoyable, but I'm not listening.
I don't believe that. And
Every housewife have that little thing where it's like, now, bitch, and I guess between that and her husband, that's gonna be hers. So
I don't believe that. I'm sorry.
She's gave me so much this season to enjoy. I'm just gonna let her have it. If you 43, bitch,
Well,
I'm
she
21.
got a 7-year-old, so it kind of do make sense.
Kenya is in her 50s with a 4-year-old or a 5-year-old.
Yeah, but everybody's body ain't the same, and she had to go get what is it called?
IVF.
Yeah, she did IVF.
Who's to say that Angela did? Maybe she ain't told us that. I don't know. But if she said that she is 43, who are me to judge?
Just don't ask me what I think, and we'll be all right.
What do you think?
She had half a line. She lying. She lying.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't willingly volunteer that. I don't believe her. And Tori B, you don't either. So stop it.
Leave my people alone, because I
Do
know
you
you're gonna talk
believe
shit
that
about
she's?
Charles.
Do you believe
Y'all
it?
gotta leave Charles alone.
Do you believe it?
Yes.
You foolish. You lying. You lying.
How old is her oldest daughter?
43.
20. I think she like 22 or 23.
Okay, I guess
That's
that
why
makes.
I'm like,
Was Drew being shady with her thoughts on Charles and Angela?
a
She
little.
was. She was. Drew was trying to. She didn't want to. They already accused the girl of being a liar, so she also wanted to be a good friend. So she had to do whatever she could to just.
Yeah, to get out of that one.
Yeah,
She's
let
like,
me
y'all
just.
not gonna get me to talk about my girl.
I just
I'm not
next
gonna say
question,
no because
Tamika.
y'all gonna be saying Drew that she gonna lie, but I'm not gonna dog my girl either. So just don't ask me nothing.
Next question, Tamika.
Yeah, basically.
Before you don't get what you need, you better answer this question before you don't get what you need, Tamika. Oh boy, because when people do that, I'm not being shady, but that's being shady. To me. Phaedra feels it was weird for Brit to bring up Apollo. Did anyone think that Brit was weird for bringing up Apollo at all, considering how she left Married to Medicine?
So I took that into consideration, but then it's also Phaedra wasn't at the event and Apollo was not at the event. So what was the point? Nobody knew anything about Apollo. You and your husband have a connection to him, and also I thought it hurt her because knowing what you're filming and it's a whole event for women's shapewear. Why the hell is your husband inviting Apollo any damn way?
Because they say Shireen needed.
Okay, well then invite
I
Shireen.
don't know. I don't know.
But it felt like even her saying that was like, why was he invited anyway? Like, because y'all we all knew Phaedra was getting ready to come back, so it was just messy.
And Phaedra wasn't coming either. She wasn't invited. So what was the point?
I think for me, I'm not that bothered by her doing it, because had she not said anything, they would have used it on her at the reunion.
How would they have used it? Because nobody knew. Apollo never showed up.
It would have got out.
Nobody knew but her and her husband.
And
I
if
don't
he
know.
was
I just
there,
think that
they divorced.
huh?
They divorced. It's just that I would only tell Phaedra if she was gonna be there.
I think
If he was gonna be there.
considering how she left the last show, I think that him being invited, I don't see anything wrong with her telling her. I don't.
Her producer
Um,
was being messy in one of the moments.
I don't know. Maybe they did. Maybe nobody knew. I think it's better to just be forthcoming and honest. You know what I mean? And just nip it in the bud. And when it was like, okay, girl, I ain't tripping off of that. That should have been it. I don't see. For me, I don't see why it was an issue for Phaedra to feel a type of way about it. I don't know.
You won't hear me say this a lot, but I was with Phaedra on that because, girl, what the hell are you talking about? And then she was like, I never dated him. Bitch, what are you talking about?
Yeah,
Like,
then that's different.
Well, I
She
mean,
was inviting everything and everybody to her event except for the damn shapewear and the food. She was bringing the wrong stuff up into the event.
Except for some damn money.
That too.
Brit Edie got to get stuff cleared, especially on that front, right? Because in this group, they screw each other husbands or try to screw each other husbands.
Oh God, don't get you started on that. You haven't been here since then, have you, Sammie?
Was that the last episode?
I don't think you was here for that.
Damn, it's been that long?
You've been saying no.
Baby, I was running faster than Brit. God damn.
You was running faster than Portia up them stairs. What do you think about that?
I didn't realize it's been so long. Well, I'm here now.
What do you think about it?
About what?
The Portia.
About her saying she would fuck Charles?
Yes.
I think it was. Listen, it was Portia, and she was just saying they was joking and stuff, and somebody was saying, I think it was you and I were speaking about it, or maybe it was some kind of discourse online when they were saying like, why can Angela say these things, and when Portia makes a joke, it's a problem. Angela's doing her stuff on camera. Portia didn't even know they was filming. Portia was outside being true to herself. So I think that's why, if I was Angela, I would have had an issue with it. Because, bitch, we not filming. Ain't no cameras around. You ain't talking about you going to fuck my man. Here I come. Yeah,
she definitely deserved to get checked. Me and Tori B got into it because I don't feel like Shamia had to take sides like Angela wanted her to. I don't think that made Shamia a lapdog.
So I don't necessarily feel like she should have taken sides, but don't be sitting down these stairs giggling with the girl when you know that you just said with me and you've been crying about how she don't treat you right. And now you trying to cling on to her about sitting here laughing about me and making fun of my clothes. And for Shamia, of all people, to say something about the way the girl dressed. Like, come on, Shamia. So, no, she didn't necessarily have to take sides in regards to what Portia said. But, bitch, don't be down the stairs playing with me when you and I both know you don't even feel comfortable around this girl. And now you down here jonesing about me with her, trying to make her love you some more. I would love to upstairs too.
All right. Portia says Brit is whiny for feeling ignored and unsupported. Portia asked Brit if this is at the dinner now, guys, if she invited them into her home. Well, not at the dinner, but a flashback scene. If she invited them into her home, and then Brit returned with, "Have you invited me into yours?" And Portia returned with, "Hey, this isn't tit for tat." I kind of hate when people do that in conversation.
I think that just goes to show how they were how very easily she was irritating to them, because you could just tell
they don't like her.
I don't know if they didn't like her, but they were just sick of like, we didn't already messed up the seeds, and now you ain't bringing no donations. You done brought us there and embarrassed us.
That's exactly what it is.
Food. Like, girl, what's going on?
You lying about licenses.
Yeah.
You won't blow your nose.
They were sick of her. So,
yeah, they were fine. Drew says her and Black are only friends, and though they have been flirting. Now, we interviewed Drew here, and Drew has done her press where she has admitted to flirting with Ty as well. And at what point is flirting cheating?
If you are in a relationship, what the hell is you flirting about?
I was gonna say, because you're the only one up here. Are you in a relationship, Tori B?
No,
I didn't think so.
You need to check that bitch, Tori, because
you
need to.
And neither is he.
You don't know what I got going on, diva.
Nothing.
Don't let her get you hyped up. Don't be Sammie lapdog.
No.
Sammie.
I see what you did there. No.
Sammie says you're the only one with a relationship. Can I say that?
Yeah, trash.
Okay, I don't know what I'm supposed to say. What not? Well, since you're the only one in a relationship, what do you think about that? Yeah, I know it was too late, right?
What do I think about flirting?
Yes.
Like what is the, in my opinion, like what's the purpose?
She said it was nothing but flirting with Ty and nothing but flirting with Black, but nothing else.
Well, I mean, for Drew, she's separated. Now you talking about she was still with Ralph with the Ty stuff. But I mean, they were already kind of on the outs, not saying that it was okay, but she was very honest. Like, she wanted some attention. So I don't know. Drew and Ralph, they were hard to kind of get some type of understanding. I think even for themselves, it's hard to understand what's going on. So flirting with Ty probably was not the best thing for her to do, because now we see he's using it against her. So let me find out that's why Drew wanted them documents to say sealed. Let me find out. I don't know. Anyways, yeah, it probably wasn't the best thing for her to be doing, just being that she was trying to either figure it out with her husband or they were going through hell.
Well, my rule of thumb is, you flirting, you're gonna be hurting. Don't play with me.
Well, Ralph was cheating, so hell.
It don't matter. Right, exactly. So it
and
don't
a cheating deserves a beating. No, let me say
I'm with you when you're right.
Just leave, ladies. Just leave, gentlemen. Just leave, people. Don't do that. Just leave if that's how you feel about it.
You know what? Drew has had some like shaky seasons, but I will say she has, in some sense, redeemed herself this year, and she did it by simply doing nothing.
No, I think Angela.
Yeah, sometimes doing nothing. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, Tori B. Go ahead. I apologize.
No, I really think her having an ally on the cast helped her. You know what I mean? Angela being there and like, I think gave her the confidence to like really just own her shit and stand up for herself, because
she had got on all the other cast members' nerves in the last 3 years.
Yeah. I've always found her to be somebody to stand up for herself. I think what did it this year is being surrounded by a bunch of stupidity, and it was very clear that people were just bothering her for no reason, and it's like, come on now.
Well, and it was
So,
also very clear that people see this is when people don't live within the reality of the television show and relive and try to live in the reality of the comments and social media and the blogs because they knew that Drew's overwhelming sentiment, the overwhelming
yeah.
feelings and sentiments about Drew was she may have been annoying, a liar, all of these things. Nothing ever adds up. The storyline is dead. We want her off the show. Da 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 da. So it's very easy to come in and think you're going to go ahead and pile up on that same person, and it feels like every time people do that, the audience ends up turning on them.
And
Every
And
time I've seen that happen.
that's
yeah,
what
and
happened.
even the girls now they're running with the narrative of Drew doesn't she's a liar and she doesn't tell the truth. But they've also been saying how they haven't had time to build with her, bond with her. So where are you pulling this information from?
What is she not about this year? Because in the past we could pull. I mean, if you want
Yeah,
to be honest,
to
we
drop it
probably
with Drew
could.
stuff.
Yes.
I get it. I'll admit it. But I think this year she has the Ralph shit. We've been wanting her to leave Ralph, so she kind of gave the audience what she want, even though they're not showing much of it. Um, and then the thing with her and Angela, like she has an ally this time, and I think this season, them all just jumping on her. Like, Kelly, why you keep harping on this black? Shamia mentions black first, and then you jump on it and like, I'm gonna get the answers about black. Why y'all so concerned with this girl's life? I don't understand. But I just feel like they have nothing else going on. And so the one thing they could do is pick at Drew. And because she's not as explosive as everybody else. So it's just like she's an easy target.
Yeah, I would say, speaking of explosive, I would say I think one of my favorite scenes from her this year. It's unfortunate for her, I'm sure, but when they were leaving that the courthouse and Ralph had won or whatever, I guess unsealing the documents, and you could tell she was trying to hold it back and she was filming, but I guess some of her just said to hell with it, and she wrote that window, so I let his ass have it.
You would not stop talking about that scene.
Get his ass, Drew. Get his ass. Oh, I was so happy for her at that moment. You could tell she didn't want to do it, but I guess she said, "Fuck it, it's reality." You's a stupid motherfucker, Ralph. And I was loving. I was living for Drew in that moment.
Hi, Dios mío. All right. Let's see. It's on me. Um, Angela finally gets Charles to answer the phone, and he looks like he immediately regretted it. She is ready to kick his ass, is what I wrote. Uh,
Followed by he can't get no nookie, so he's upset.
oh, that's what it
I
is.
thought some. I thought
That's
something
what
was
she
throwing.
said. She
That's
said
what she
that.
said. She says it's usually there's a bedroom action, and since she's in Grenada, there's no bedroom action. And all I kept thinking was, Angela, you better get your ass back to you better get your ass back to Atlanta.
I'm like, you finna file papers, girl.
You better get your ass back
You
to
know,
Atlanta.
coochie. Um, I don't know, y'all. Y'all not selling me on this. Nobody sold me on it.
That man does not want to film. Like,
I'm not. Well, don't. I
Tori B,
would much rather
I
you
think that's
not
what it
fucking
is.
film. What you say, Sammy?
I think it's a filming thing. Like, and then because that other episode when she was like, "Can I have a kiss?" She's like, "What you want a kiss for?" You could tell like he feels like she doing too much for the cameras, or he
yeah.
doesn't be around the cameras at all.
That shit ain't cute.
Yeah, it's coming across. It's that like that's gonna be her thing, like him embarrassing her. But
It is
also
what
something
it-
else that scene I found was funny was when he initially answered the phone. The little girl was all in the cameras. You could tell that she was bothering him too. So he probably was thinking, "God damn, you had your mama on the phone. Everybody leave me the hell alone.
I can't get no peace for shit.
I can't get no peace nowhere. Should have
I
taken
mean-
your ass to Grenada with her."
He'll get active at the end.
Yeah, he's definitely gonna get active episode 17, baby. But then again, is it the kind of active that you would want?
No.
Shamia's pouring shots and says she doesn't want anyone to feel like she's forcing them to take a shot, and they can just say no if they don't want one. As she's storming around the house, mad in Portia dress, Brit says it isn't as serious, and she feels Shamia is being passive aggressive. The ladies then get to dinner and talk about giving, and everybody talks about what's appropriate to give. Shamia says you can't show up in your Rolls Royce and a Birkin and not give. Kelly agrees, and all of the ladies agree. Britt then asks Shamia, "Ho, is you cool?" And Shamia denies that her statement was directly aimed at Britt, and she says that they all have Rolls Royces and they all have Birkins. So why would she think automatically that Shamia was talking about her? Because the lap dog feels that a hit dog will holler. Now, Kelly says that Brit just isn't aware on how much to give. But if you're going to be that girl, then be that girl in all aspects of life. Very true, very true, very true. But Brit feels that that was not warranted, especially coming from her best friend Kelly. Let's talk about that, and then we'll get into Brit and Portia. In my opinion, I've been wanting to say it before I forget. Sometimes I forget when I host multiple panels. In my opinion, um, Shamia dead ass wrong for the way that she is addressing this situation. She is being very passive aggressive. She is obviously had built up resentment or built up feelings about Brit. And to me, I feel that this is not the way to go about expressing yourself when you have those feelings. And when I look at the way that Portia operates in her dialogue, and I look at the way that Shamia operates in her dialogue, I can see why they don't communicate well, because they don't have great communication skills. One is has been has a best friend that won't allow her to express herself without fear, because she isn't confided in the girls and she's afraid to speak to Portia. And Portia basically said the reason why she was quiet at their meeting is because she didn't want to snap out on Shamia. So what does Shamia do in her life? She goes around not necessarily being direct and being passive aggressive, taking digs, taking shots. In my opinion, yes, a hit dog will holler. With the shoe fits, you got to wear it. D all of the above, but you definitely were talking about Brit. And I don't think that Shamia did herself any favor in my book by not just admitting it. It's Brit. You could have just addressed Brit. Like, it's not that big of a, like, she ain't no damn, I hate to say she ain't no damn body, but she ain't no damn body. Like, you can come for Brit. You know what I mean? Like, I don't understand that. So then Brit says Shamia said, give what she feels. And Shamia says she told her God loves a cheerful giver. Shamia tells Brit to calm down as Brit is explaining her side of things. And Shamia also reveals that they did have a lunch where she told her that it was not enough, or they discussed Brit three paper towels and them $250. Now that is so embarrassing. Shamia says that Brit, excuse me, I already said that, but Shamia also called Brit aggressive in that meeting. Now, can I tell you what pissed me off, you guys?
Yeah.
What?
Shamia did it and Portia did it. And yes, Brit has definitely exhibited aggressive tendencies. I mean, I think that, threatening to get pistols and whips is aggressive. I think the way that she spoke to Angela at the peace brunch was aggressive. I think getting up and get ready to try to whip Angela ass at the Zulu Fest was
She wasn't gonna beat nobody
not the
else.
Zulu Fest.
And Cynthia House, the Bailey Bowl.
Yes, at Cynthia House.
That motherfucker Zulu Fest. What you got going on?
That Henny.
At the Juneteenth event.
I
thought
knew
that was aggressive.
what he was talking about. I just
forgot. To be young, gifted, and black. At the Juneteenth event, I thought that was aggressive. I don't think, unless there was a lot of stuff edited out of this dinner, that what we saw was aggressive. And I think that they were doing that to poke at her. Because eventually, if you keep poking the bear, you're going to get what you want. So then once Brit snaps out, see, this is what Kenya was talking about. This is why she shouldn't be here. Da, da, da. Now, don't get me wrong. She should not be there, in my opinion, for a lot of other reasons. But I felt that Shamia did, and then when we break down Brit and Portia's conversation, I thought that was nasty. I don't know. I didn't like it. Go ahead, Tori B. What do you think of Brit and Shamia's conversation?
Shamia was dead wrong. For me, I'm really bold and I'm gonna say what I want. I'm gonna be blunt about it. I'm like, girl, we all gave money. We all have families and kids and still took our time to donate. And all you gave was this. I would have said it. Instead of saying, we all have Rolls Royces and Birkins and, but I was the only one with a Birkin and a Rolls Royce to drop the stuff off. Yeah, Shamia, what's wrong with you? Like, that was unnecessary. It was poking the bear. I will agree. It's annoying. I don't even know why. I don't know what's going on with Shamia. I really liked her in the beginning, and now she's really becoming very annoying quickly. And again, even with the shot situation, that was another instance where she was being passive aggressive with her too. So Shamia did this twice and she thinks it's okay. Just say what's on your chest and move it the fuck along so we could clear it up. And we forgot, she said she spoke to her at Houston's. So I just feel like Shamia also needed a moment because she wasn't bringing shit.
It was definitely passive aggressive. You have to remember that I'm sure that she was irritated about the limited donations, but then she was picking with her earlier in the day in regards to bringing up Apollo, and then she was making sure everybody knew that the girl didn't donate much, and then you get there and you're making the comments in the kitchen about the shots. It's like, okay, just say what you need to say. The passive aggressive communication, that would irritate anybody. And then to even bring it up at the table, trying to take shots when you and I have already had a conversation at Houston's. What are you doing? Like, so it was a point to one for a moment, and I guess to again try to publicly publicly embarrass Brit. Not saying that Shamia doesn't have a right to be upset about how she donated, because she did say she was going to give more, and clearly she did not. But to try to keep bashing her about it on the trip when y'all have already had a conversation about it, and then you're making it very clear when they ask, what does the best friend think? She agrees with me. You're making it very clear that Kelly has an issue as well. Had they been still crying with you and Portia, you wouldn't have cared for that too much. So it was a lot of lame stuff on Shania's part, in my opinion. I hope that she does not become a case of one of the people who, like Marlo, she should just be, remain a friend of the show. It'll probably be the only time on Brit's side where, she was being passive aggressive. It was unnecessary. When you can have you talking about you always known as a plus one, but that girl would have been able to clearly communicate her issue, and you didn't get it across at Houston's. Then what you need now, you need like a background, or you need a scenario, you need some support so you can bash the girl about it again. I don't know. It made no sense to me. It just gave she wanted something to talk about on camera.
That's good right there, Sam. It's strength in numbers. Oh, now because you got Theodra and the other OGs, I don't call them OGs, but the other legends of the show. Oh, now you want to come blow up my spot. I would have ate her ass up.
But I forgot about to address this before. I did not like when Brit was like, only like, what are we, hood rats taking shots? I don't like that. She really pissed me off with that. How dare
you take shots?
Hell yeah, I take shots. But you the one showing your bunkie online.
Like, y'all know who else got a Rolls Royce?
Allegedly.
Like got a Rolls Royce that don't play about.
Come on.
What you saying, Sammy?
Tori coming up. What I forgot. I'm not gonna say that. I will say this. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna just stop. If that girl was up there and not attending a reunion and do all this fake, I had a mental breakdown and it wasn't me. If she had put on a perform like that, then she would definitely lie to Drew about not selling the cat. At this point,
he lied to Drew about not selling the cat.
I don't know, but I was saying was, who does have a Rolls Royce and they would have donated? Kenya got a Rolls Royce, and she don't play about that charity.
He would have got. She would have. Like, he didn't take charity too serious, girl. Like when they was in Houston building the house.
Shamia know firsthand. Don't come here trying to talk to
girl. I'm gonna go get you some water, bitch. You don't run me. Fucking build a house by yourself. Next. The reason why I said that, in my opinion, I feel like
you're here with Brit
has sold a cat is because in the context of that conversation, she says, but no.
Drew said, yeah, Drew clocked it right there.
Drew clocked her because then Drew asks, so did you make good money doing it? And she says, we made a decent, so you did. Because if you made money, you were sitting up there on the webcam, butt naked with your best friend. That means somebody had to pay to see your coochie. So did you sell a cat?
Yes. So all that bunkie.
You're here with Brit eating.
That
And
dilapidated.
she might not realize it, but that was her first act of very naked. So this has been her brand for a good minute.
She need to name it Butt Naked.
Wait, you know her little Instagram for the company only got 30 followers.
I've been there. She got to build it up.
We get it, but how long you been? Come on, like,
Yeah, but we got 30 followers. Can we get 30 people in the room right now?
Let me get 30 likes. Let me check the likes. So
Can we
got
get 30 likes?
It's 30 people in the room, but it's 10 likes.
Oh, no, man. Can we
just
get 30 likes?
That's 11.
Can we get 30 super chats?
You know what else? But you saying that, Tori B, like, has she not put anything into the company, like the brand online, or was that just something else for the show?
It's 3 pictures. She did this just for the show. I feel like she had nothing. She had to build this persona.
Well, let me tell you something. Hashtag, I almost stand with Brit eating. Because if you mean to tell me she ain't had no functioning fucking business, she finagled her way on the Real Housewives of Atlanta. She finagled Kenya Moore ass off the Real Housewives of Atlanta, delivering on her promise to come for Kenya like she promised some people she allegedly would do. Then she go ahead and skip the reunion after she threatened to kick everybody's ass and pull out guns on them. And then she gonna sue and possibly get some money after all and don't never have to do reality TV again.
Legendary.
That's a hell of a flim flam. That's all I got.
It sure is.
Joanne the Scam ain't got nothing on Brit Edie.
Y'all know me. Y'all know I don't see it for her. I have drug. How many weeks in a row have I drugged Brit Edie?
14.
5 or 6.
This is the first week I ain't drugged Brit Edie. Well, yeah, because I'm finna drag on a little bit. But God damn it, I don't know what to say. They fucked up. You want to go cast the Real Housewives of Atlanta? Girl, you want to fuck around with real Atlanta? Girl, she got that Zone 6 Atlanta, baby. Okay.
Speaking of Atlanta, did we already skip Drew's? I mean, not Drew. Shamia saying that when she asked people, or when she talks about Drew, they're saying like Drew who?
Yeah, we skipped that, but we can. You can touch on it.
I was just like, who is she? I want to know who is she asking? Like, who are you asking about Drew? Because I mean, and Phaedra. Now that's another thing. Phaedra took a shot at her last week about she's just in black television shows.
Yep, I talked about that, Sammie. I said that was anti-black. I absolutely said that.
So it's like I don't know, and it's I guess because Shamia was like a cheerleader or something for something big in Atlanta.
The actual basketball team.
Yeah, but Drew was doing things like outside of Chicago. Drew was doing things that kind of like across the nation.
A dance movie. She
was a step up. She had a little stint of the game, regardless of what people cared about or not. I don't know. It was late.
Well, that's why it's important here. If you have not already watched or listened to our podcast with Drew Sidora, to see at the very beginning before we talked about anything, I made it a point to let her know that black culture is culture because, baby, without black culture, the people won't have nothing. Get into that, okay? And so when you make an indelible mark on black culture and black history through entertainment and arts, baby, you have made an indelible mark in history and culture through entertainment and arts. The Real Housewives of Atlanta is pop culture, okay? The TLC is pop culture, the game is pop culture. Step Up is pop culture. Like all of those things combined to have that kind of longevity throughout the years, whether or not it's just a little this, a little that, Phaedra, lest we not forget, because you crossed over into other sectors of the pop pantheon with the opportunities that you have gotten and made the most out of. Don't make no mistake about it. You got your claim to fame off of representing what? Somebody who was very important to black popular culture, and he was married to someone who was pop culture. So, I don't like that. If this show is No Chaser TV, no longer serves a community and it serves everyone, I ain't gonna never forget where I came from. It's just like an artist crossed the charts, you know what I mean? Crossed from R&B to the pop charts. Do you forget where you came from and what brought you to the dance? Because when you forget when you forget where you came from and what brought you to the dance, that's when people stop supporting you and respecting you, because if black people like it, and then we're just gonna say if other people start liking you for being black because black people like it, and then that because you stop being black because other people liked you, ain't nobody gonna like your ass. Because we liked you because you was being black. So
And I think it's also important to note that Drew made it on the Real Housewives based on her own merit. Like you said, Phaedra, you kind of got your notice because Bobby Brown. Shamia, you had to sit on Portia's lap for like 8 straight seasons before your husband was like, okay, girl, go on and get your own shine. Like Drew came on here because she was Drew Sidora, not because of who she was associated with. So to play in that girl's face, like I get she's easy to just be like, ugh, I get it. But like don't discredit her just because you're having an issue with her right now. Like she is also gets kind of given like Shamia's trying to get her music up and running, and Drew already didn't hit the field with hers. It's like she's making moves that you're trying to do for yourself. You should probably be trying to. If you gonna sit on anybody's lap, take your ass down to the studio and sit on hers is what you should be trying to do. Because clearly Portia put out Flatline, and never mind, I'm not going to do that. Portia put out Flatline knowing you was trying to do music. Did she kind of help you no type of way? Like I don't know, it was very late between that and that comment Phaedra made about was she on Soul Train? It's like yo, and you know Phaedra got a history with them comments.
yeah, and baby, Soul Train, there'll never be another. And we thank Don Cornelius for Soul Train for giving us a platform. Catch.
Yeah,
Would nobody know nothing about no Phaedra Parks if it wasn't for the black community.
right. I just didn't like that. That was nasty. And that's just what everybody keeps saying is we don't like this Phaedra.
Hell,
It's because she's coming to perform. She's not coming to be Phaedra. Mind you, she kind of picked it up later on in the season before she left Housewives. It was given, I'm going to put on for the cameras. But now it's like she has come back. Every time you see her, she got to make sure she lets somebody have it. It's like, you don't have to do that, Phaedra. You don't have to carry that way.
and let me just say one more thing about Drew. And I'm gonna always, whether or not I review these shows and agree, and I'm gonna always keep it real when I do the review, I'm gonna always be grateful and humbled and indebted to Drew Sidora.
Oh.
Because I feel that anybody in this field knows how difficult it is to get interviews with these people, right? And for her to grant us an interview while The Real Housewives of Atlanta is currently airing is not something that is easy to get at all. And she granted us the opportunity, and she granted us the interview, and God did his big one because it was viral. It went everywhere. Like places I had never heard of were like taking bits and pieces of it. Twitter, it went everywhere. And I really thank her because, because in my opinion, and in my heart and my feelings, I feel that she helped legitimize us.
Yeah, it really is something to appreciate, especially when you realize that she was doing press kind of that whole week or two. So for her to be able to jump in and say, okay, I got you too, it's something to always be thankful for.
She did Carlos fucking King.
Mm-hmm.
She did Poor Minds. She did radio, and she did No Chaser fucking TV. You know what I mean? Don't get me wrong. I know in my heart that I'm good at this. And that's just not like nobody. I'm not trying to be like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not arrogant or anything, but I'm confident in my ability to know that this is where God has placed me to do. I was in television production class, hosting the morning news and doing interviews in the hallway in the 8th grade. Like I've been doing this for a very long time. You know what I mean? So I always knew that this was something that I needed to be doing and was my true passion. But for someone to take a chance on us and it to actually fucking, in my opinion, work, I'll never forget her for that. Like she's always, like I'm gonna always be indebted to her for what she did for us. You know what I mean? So there's that. So I do take great offense to what Phaedra said, because without this, some people consider The Real Housewives of Atlanta the black television show. Now they didn't then because everybody watched it. 4 and 5 million people watched it, but now 400,000 people watching the shit. So I don't know. You could just
keeping y'all afloat.
You can say that.
And you know what's so funny is the decline for me. but when I started to notice it was after that whole season 9 escapade. And who do we have to thank for that? Where the people started getting turned off and was like, oh, this ain't what we came to see. So for you to make that type of comment, it's like, I know you got your blonde hair, girl, but let's see the roots, because you need to, you really getting beside yourself.
Oh, we spent way too much time on that, but we show us the root. Show us the root. Anyway, Brit asked who else wants this ass whooping, and Portia said, "I do." You want to fight? Let's go. So they're at the table discussing it, and Portia brings up Brit feeling unsupported. Portia asks Brit to talk in a friendly tone as Portia brings up the text message and Brit brings up the text message in a text message thread where Portia asked all of the new people to identify themselves. No one did it. Brit then spoke to Portia, and Portia said, "Who the hell is this?" I didn't respond because I know you were, because you didn't do what I asked you to damn do. So as Brit begins to explain herself and how she feels, Portia continuously stops her and says that she needs to check her tone and speak friendly. So there again, what we just described, kind of gaslighting her, because I don't think that she wasn't, but they know that she has a tendency to get nuck if you buck. And I feel again that Portia was trying to poke her into a reaction as well, to have a moment on the cash trip, like Brit blows up, Brit blows up moment on the cash trip. They both accuse each other of cutting each other off as the prime minister arrives. The prime minister arrives and everybody wants to sleep with him, but too late, ladies. Get back. That one's all mine. Angela says that Charles doesn't wear her ring, and Portia says, "Girl, do you have to red? Shut up. Why are you giving us stuff? What do you? I'm not. What do you want us to? Phaedra's sitting right here. I'm gonna fuck him. What are you doing?" Anyway, they bring an anniversary cake for Angela, and Cynthia wishes her good luck. Girl, good luck. Angela was like,
well, that's because she's jaded.
No, but also she probably watched the footage back like the rest of us. Anyway, I don't care what you say, Tori B. What did y'all think about Portia and Brit? Quickly, very quickly.
I didn't think much about it, to be honest. I got the irritation. I got her being irritated about the text message stuff, but was it really that much to kind of bring it up and make a situation for her at the table all because she said she didn't feel supported? The time to talk about it was back then at the place, and I know she did it then, and she tried to say it was tit for tat, but it wasn't really that big of a deal to kind of discuss right now. I think it was just something else to go at the girl, because it was already clear amongst the group that this bitch, we didn't all spend money, and she came out here with $20 worth of tissue, and had a prime minister come, and we need to actually be telling her to get up and leave, because she don't deserve to talk to the prime minister, because she didn't really contribute in the way we did. I think they just wanted to go at her. I mean, they would just pick anything they could at that point. I think my favorite part about all that is when it was happening, you go back and watch, Angela was sitting there with her hands like this, just looking like, oh yeah, these girls are falling apart, and I can't wait to get in here and do something about it. But other than that, Brit and Portia both.
I didn't get it. Like, so if this group of girls, if one of the besties has a problem with somebody else, then the other one got beef and got into the fight. Like, I got her next. It was too much. It was team too much. Portia hasn't really given us anything all season, and she also clearly needed a moment, so she jumped in because her friend already had an issue, and Shamia wanted her best friend back, and now Portia gonna show her some loyalty by jumping in on Brit too and handling Brit if she get too aggressive, because we know Peach Juice is the one that liked the fight.
They came back with that peach and ain't got no juice.
We also know that Brit eating with all that fight and she going to the trunk. So you might want to watch yourself. Push a P.
Oh, not in Grenada though.
Not in Grenada. Well, it looked like somebody must have came to the wrong channel, because they only greeted one person and not 3 full people sitting up here. So don't.
You gonna back up off her, Chase?
Fuck that shit. I said what I said, and I ain't changing up. Anyway, I won't be disrespected. So from there, catch.
It's that
From there,
Hennessy.
it's not. I haven't had enough of it yet. The ladies um leave and are upset. Excuse me, leave and Brit is still upset talking to anybody who will listen, and nobody wants to. Phaedra tells Brit that she is fussy and sitting on ready for no damn reason. And she advises herself to show herself friendly so therefore she can have some friends because she's never yelled at a young girl like this. I have never yelled at a young girl like this. Now you done came up here with them 3 rolls of toilet tissue. You done came up here with half a cash app. And you're getting on everybody's damn nerves.
That's too many strikes.
God damn. Don't make me have to agree with Kenya. Uh, uh, as far as the invites are concerned from Portia and Brit, I would think that as someone who has been on the show and tenured, you would kind of want to take the younger girls under your wing a little bit. And yeah, it does go both ways. You can invite me and I can invite you. So there's no real handbook on that. But to hear an OG say, well, you ain't invite me, so I ain't invite you. Or like a legend say, you didn't invite me, so I didn't invite you. You know what I mean? I just feel like
Ain't
that's
that
not
tit for tat?
really that is well, it's tit for tat, but it's also just not like I don't know. I just would think that, especially with a girl not knowing, like this is her first season on the show. I just thought that they would do more to kind of get this show going. You know what I mean? I don't know.
You know, both Angela and Kelly said that's what Kenny and Cynthia were doing, like kind of coaching them through certain things. So for Phaedra, that little, spiel she gave to Brit in the car, that was that was good. That's what I said earlier when I was mentioning she bought something of some type of substance. She's the one to tell you if you don't got these girls on your side, you can't come back around here. She would know. So I think that Brit would want to, it would behoove her to listen to that, in my opinion. Well, it
Brit
don't matter
did.
now.
Yeah, work on that now. Brit, says, well, you know what? I'll just be fake then and just fake it. And Phaedra says, are you listening? Are you dumb? I have never yelled at a young girl like this. Anyway, Gerald calls Shamia and lets her know that the nanny been throwing their baby all over the house and turn the air conditioner on and get the baby no blanket.
I would have. I don't know. You what? Was you intentionally trying to harm my child?
Okay, I'm good. I'm sorry. Why would he say that why would he get on that people TV and say?
And it's not a funny situation. It's
the
fact that he phrased everything. When he phrased it, it was Cynthia in that front seat. She made it more dramatic than it honestly should have been.
Africans are dramatic though.
Why would he? Or here you go. Because when I said that New Yorkers was dirty.
No, all right. Well, I'm just being honest. I
was too. The man said the lady threw the baby.
That's what it sounded like. I would have. That's why I said I would have threw her.
I don't know who gave her to be a Cynthia because I'm like, what? She threw the baby.
I would have been like,
it's the way that he said it, y'all. I am not laughing at that. That lady is dead ass wrong. She need her ass whooped, but Gerald need his motherfucking ass whooped for not whooping her damn ass, and then Shamia need her ass whooped for not leaving that trip immediately. I just thought that when they got to the hotel room, Shamia was leaving. That's what I thought.
Me too, but
Shamia sat on the couch.
Child, when he said throwing the baby, I was like, what you
throwing our baby around like
on the baby? Oh, baby, please. Oh, baby.
Remember that meme when they tossed?
Well, yeah, Issa Rae.
Remember that you talking about that? Yeah, that Issa Rae when she was slamming.
Not Issa Rae. It's a meme too. When I think when the daddy was taking the kid back to the mom, it's like a little animated meme. But Issa Rae too. But yeah, Gerald was very dramatic. He trying to get Shamia ass back home.
He wanted her to come back home now. It reminds me of that video on the man who whose wife unfortunately passed away in a burning home, and they interviewed the father of the children. He said, "Yeah, it's just real unfortunate, man. Now you got to be stuck with your kids. Get back here now." He pulled a mama. What New York mama name was? Is
Sister Patterson.
Sister Patterson. Get him now. And if that wouldn't get her out the club, I don't know what to tell you, Gerald. I'm sorry. Because she stayed to the club. Now Brit finds out and says, anything that we can do for you, we're gonna do it for you. Anything that we can do. I don't think she needs your help. But give her one of them rolls of paper towels, I guess, bitch. I don't know.
Cash had her $980. Send her the rest of the money. That's what you can do.
Wait, she said $250 and not $2.50, right?
I don't think she sent no money. I thought she just sent.
No, they said she cashed out $250.
$250 in the paper towels.
Yeah.
So what is that?
After having Shamia wait at the house all day because she said somebody was coming.
She said he ain't gonna make it, girl. But he gonna.
He on the way. Oh, girl, let me get the hell up out of here. Boy, if there ain't no flim flam, I don't know what to tell you.
She didn't even get $500.
Oh boy. Okay. All right. The ladies all get back and they gather in the room with Shamia and comfort her and say a prayer. Now, Brit, who just said that maybe she'll be fake after Phaedra tried to give her some sound advice, goes over to Shamia and gets on her knees and wraps her job around her and says, "We are a village. I love you, Shamia. And we had our stuff and I was mad at you, but I forgive you. You was dead ass wrong, but that's all right though. Because we are here for you no matter what. We are a sisterhood." Then she gets up, gets butt ass naked, takes shots, and the episode is over. How did you feel about Brit eating at the end? How did you feel about that?
Her exposing herself after crying and getting all emotional and claiming she was that girl's village. So you get up and pull out your tatas and throw them on the counter. I don't get it.
People forget everything.
Did y'all see how the girls were looking at her while she was doing that whole act?
It was Drew.
It was Drew. Drew was looking like, what? And I'm the actress?
After she just said in the car that she was going to be fake.
She said, okay, Phaedra, I'm going to show you. I listen. I heard you.
I got you. I got your sisterhood.
She's right in the middle of the circle. I love you so much. So fucking much. No, you don't, girl.
No, you don't. I just told everybody you bought a box with nothing in it.
And girl, I know she said she can't take shots, but how much of a lightweight is she? You take one shot, your titties out? God damn.
This whole thing behooved me. I'm using a whole new word. Because what the fuck, Brit? You overdid it way too much. Nobody believed anything that came out your mouth.
I know I didn't. Then they put the camera back. She was ass naked. I said, God damn, what did she take one? That was all on one shot?
She was looking for any reason to show them things off.
Well, that is a far cry. Let me hush. It's a lawsuit filed. That's all I got to say.
That's what I brought that point up. I was like, She's suing about character like assassination, and yet later in the season, I was like, should be Grenada's, her breasts are out.
Well, they now mind you, that second part they just showed the boob part on Peacock. The second half they just showed the girls looking at her and kind of the reactions. But in my opinion, that makes it worse because now people who haven't seen the original airing in their imagination, it's like, well, yeah, what's she over there doing?
And they were rooting her on.
Yeah, but it was also looking like because Shamia was like, do I need to call and get permission?
No, you don't need to call and get permission.
You need to call and get to go home, get a flight home.
Get a flight to go home, girl. Let me see your baby across the room. And I give her no air conditioning.
She came out talking about why y'all just sitting here quiet, girl. Why you in here? Period. Why you ain't pack? You ain't got shit to pack.
Why are you sitting here quiet?
Right, this is awkward for us. This is awkward for us. What are you gonna do, Shamia? We're waiting on you to figure it out.
Well, should she have gone home if the daddy was there?
Well, listen, like it's her husband.
I would have went home.
Because the way he called me, he don't seem like he know what the hell he's supposed to be doing. Let me
Shamia, yes, throwing the baby.
Because he told her, you need to call the agency. Gerald, you there. You call the damn agency and tell them the lady can't come back to the house no more. So I don't know. It was.
I guess Gerald said he made the money. That's all he got going on, baby.
I'm paying for the agency. You get the right bitch over here.
But it's so crazy because if you think about it, remember, she wants to have another baby for him because he's such a good father.
Well, he wants a son.
I bet she wouldn't throw that son around the house.
Gerald whoop that lady ass.
Not you. I know you ain't touching my. No. Let me go, Shia. Let me go, Shia. Hold me back, Shia. All right, you guys. I have dropped the link if you want to give us a call and talk with us about the Real Housewives of Atlanta and any of the surrounding controversies you can. If not, we're going to go ahead and enjoy the BET Awards. Thank y'all for rocking with us. Over 100 people in the rooms. We do appreciate that down to the lounge. We love y'all for being here with us, even though you could be elsewhere, and we do greatly appreciate that. The phone lines are open, but while we're doing that, we have 3 more episodes left of the regular season before the reunion airs. Do you feel okay? I feel that watching this, okay, I can see how Sammie and Brit, yes, thank you, may have an issue and may get it crump, but I'm really still confused as to why she feels so betrayed by Kelly. So we'll see from there. But I do want you to keep in mind her being in the car and saying that she was going to be fake about it. And then, now she's doing all this grandstanding and taking shots and all of that stuff. Also, I know a lot of people who go on vacation that have restrictions. I'm one. Like my restriction is I don't do dairy. I can't have dairy. Can't have cheese or whatever like that. But that's pretty much it. Oh, and no dogs. That's it. You know what I mean? But damn, it just seemed like she had a lot of objections to overcome. Is that annoying on vacation when you have somebody in a group that's like, oh, I can't do this, I can't do that, oh, I can't do this, I can't do that, oh, I can't do this, I can't do that. Or do you not care? Because I don't be caring. But
before I would not have cared, but because I have experienced that lately, it's just like you knew everything that was going on before we came. Now you knew you weren't gonna be able to participate, or I'm not trying to direct what you can do, but every time we get ready to go somewhere, you got a gripe. Bitch, there was a whole itinerary. It's not and then they give because what did she say? She can't eat beef or pork or something. She just couldn't do nothing. It's okay, you can't drink, you don't eat beef or pork, you don't donate, you just what you come around for? Oh,
you don't donate.
It was annoying, but I mean, normally I wouldn't care, but I think when it becomes when that's your constant the entire time we're on vacation, now I can't even enjoy myself because you get on my goddamn nerves. You tell me what we can't do at this point.
I think the drinking thing is because this is how she gets what we saw at the end of the episode.
That makes sense. And I will say in her defense, I'm a person like that too. I don't necessarily care for shots because I do one, I may do 2. But it seems like every time I do more than 2, that mind you, I'm supposed to been up here a couple of Mondays already. But I went out and had my Sunday fun day. And that next day I'm telling Chase, hey baby, you got to go ahead and leave me alone. Cancel me. Let me do me next week because I can't make it because I didn't went out and I didn't did shots or stuff that I know that I cannot do. So
1 week later, do me next week, girl. Oh, girl.
So yeah, I get that, but I'm not gonna make it an issue for everybody else.
Chase can relate to you.
I wasn't even gonna go there to it, but I'm glad.
Anyway, I actually
no, I don't even want to hear what she got. Damn. What?
No, you always telling my business. You always telling my business. Look,
I ain't did nothing but tell nobody.
Being petty. Don't do
the only thing I ever told, I had never told your business. Only thing I ever repeated was when you was on the Love Lagoon and you said that you cheated on your boyfriend.
See, you couldn't wait to say that again.
That's big business. Why you cheat, Troy? Oh, that we ain't gotta talk about it. See, I'm Chase so damn messy. Oh, before we go, because it don't seem like nobody on call, but I wanted to let Chase know you got me and Tori messed up. right before we got on here, I seen he sent me like the flyers and the banners for all the shows because No Chase was gonna be busy this week. Why everybody got you? Did you see that, Tori? I mean, everybody got their names planted and their pictures.
Oh
And all
yeah,
that.
you wasn't on it.
Baby, you wasn't on it either.
No, I'm on the happy hour one.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
girl, get
I'm
over it.
talking about today. And see,
No, he didn't put us on there.
Well, the reason why no one is on today's is because, as you just, thank you so much, aforementioned, I can't get nobody to come. For my life depend on it, so I don't want people to get used to seeing people, and then I have to
Oh.
let them know that no, they can't make it because they incapacitated.
okay, that's fair, I guess.
You're welcome. Thank you. And the one person they will see on Mondays, every Monday, I've been doing every Monday since we launched. Every Monday is me. So
Okay, you said we got like 3 episodes left. I'll swing back around a little bit later.
no, you are actually booked for one more regular episode as well as the reunion. So I don't know what you're talking about.
I see what he doing. He make up for them other couple of ones I did.
Well, if I was gonna add them on to the end of your contract, you'll be here for the rest of the season. And I'm gonna give you some time off, baby. Can't make
Sean
you do
said,
nothing.
"No call, no show." Sammy.
Oh, baby, Sean, call him out, girlfriend.
That's
We're
not
gonna
true because I didn't show, but I called and let him know I wasn't gonna show. So we knew.
Before we go, and we're going to go in about 2 to 3 minutes. Go ahead and read some comments for me. Down to the thing, Miss Thing, who is down to the thing.
I know. Antonio said he wanted to talk about Drew on Watch What Happens Live.
I haven't watched yet.
You didn't watch it?
No, I see some clips where she looked like she was carrying, but
Yes,
I haven't
she
seen.
was,
Oh,
baby.
she threw hella shade. I would
hella
say it,
shade.
but I can't. She says that her and Phaedra have a serious issue, and she'll see her at the reunion, which taped last Thursday, because Phaedra is friends with Ralph. She came up with some songs for the girls, calling them all kinds of liars. And so I actually thought that for someone who is performing like their job is on the line, I think that based off of the performance that we've gotten in the press, on the show, and depending upon the reunion, because they stuck on the end of the couch, threw on the end of the couch like that, like she was Shamia Baby. She should come back. Oh, I can't believe I said it. Okay.
So those are the 2 clips that I've seen. And what I got when she said the thing about Phaedra, it kind of gave like she was making it seem like, oh, because she knows Ralph, she has an issue with me because Phaedra has come on just picking with her for no reason. So it's like,
Yeah.
That's why I was interested to see what Brit was going to have to say about Phaedra coming on and calling her a whore.
That's probably another reason why she didn't come in, but she was sitting up there on the after show. Oh, Phaedra, we needed you the whole time.
Yeah.
Phaedra and Portia thinking, bitch, we don't need you. And then I guess she realized that somewhere along the rest of the watching the episodes, because
I would have gotten into a fight with them 2 hoes right there on the set because they definitely just acted like she wasn't even there for the majority of the after show.
You know what? Did she say anything about the comments Phaedra made? Because I'm realizing the after show, they're already seeing these episodes. So
no, they all them 3 kiss each other's asses. Because how you gonna say one thing on the show, Phaedra? Oh, you gotta give $1,000, and then when you get in front of Brit, oh no, you give whatever you want. I was like, you little flip flopper. But I tell you, Drew and Cynthia and Angela was eating the girls up in they after show.
Well, here's the thing too, right? I think that the donation discourse is rooted in elitism. The only problem with that is the Real Housewives of Atlanta is supposed to be Atlanta's what?
Elite.
There we have it. And so that's why that donation was not acceptable, if we boil it on down. All right, you guys. I want to thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you, everyone, for watching. Antonio, Durga, Sean, Amanda K, Prognosis. Hey, Danny. Oh, wow. Everybody in the room tonight, thank y'all for tuning in. We had over 100 people across the lounges, so thank y'all so much. Sammie, thank you for showing up for once. And Tori B, thank you for never going away. And I do appreciate the both of you. Make sure that you like, comment, subscribe, turn on the notification bell.
He had his energy last week.
Girl, when I read you all up and down this
No,
channel
you
last week.
didn't. Stop it. Stop it.
Just for that, you got to read them now.
He got ate up in the comments. It's okay.
I don't give a fuck about
feelings
the
hurt.
Oh, let me get off here before I've been lost my subscriber base. If you have not subscribed already, go ahead and subscribe. We do give a fuck. And I do greatly appreciate you guys. Thank you. And we will see you all week. Peace. Yeah. Ooh. I'm joking. I'm joking.